net in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
This team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. It's still going back. That's the track. What's up and down?
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Derby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch people? Welcome into Thirsty Thursdays row edition of, yes, for women's hoops, 11-0 women's hoops of Pitchfork Lunch. So I am Michael Carrasino at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. We said at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter. You can also go to the wonderful, wonderful world, as they call it, of the good old IG, my friends. Yes, you can go there and check out the show at michael.carrasino.5. So you see my name, just had a dot between first and last, then a .5, and then boom, there you go. You're on IG. And also, as you guys know, you can go to YouTube, watch live on YouTube. Go watch live. When you're there, subscribe to the channel because, guys, chances are you have missed I know you have. You've missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews that we've had here on Pitchfork Lunch. We're going to have another one tomorrow. We might have a special guest today. So we will see. Hopefully we might be able to get a guest on, but we'll see, as the women are in Lexington in Kentucky, the volleyball team Sweet 16. And guess what, guys? Well, I was watching. It is tied up at 1 set apiece. Creighton took the first set. ASU battled back. It was 25. It was 25-23. Let me make sure I got that right. 26-24, sorry. One bonus volleyball. Creighton took the first set, 26-24. But ASU, again, going bonus volleyball.
Will Brian Rosen deal with it? Here is the dunk.
Let's ask him, Coach Rosen, talking about their right side. I heard you address it in your huddle as well.
So, yes, but they took Creighton took the first set, 26-24. The Devils, though, were down, about 3 points in that second set, charged back and won it 25-19, my friends. So, yes, that, my friends, does not suck, as it is tied up at 1 again. Number 2 ASU, number 3 Creighton, and then number 1 Kentucky is going to take on unseeded at-large bid Cal Poly, who beat 2 ranked seeds to get there in USC, and I want to say, was it BYU? Let me... Yeah, Cal Poly beat BYU in 5 and then beat USC in 5. So they will take on Kentucky, who is the number 1 seed, obviously, Lexington Region, Kentucky. They're playing on their home court. Third set just got started for the Devils, my friends, and it is 1-0 Creighton. So Devils wearing their white uniforms with the or the white jerseys, I should say, with the maroon numbers and maroon lettering and numbers, pardon me. So, yes, if you are watching, is on ESPN2. But if you're not, if you're checking me out, if you're checking this out, which, again, I greatly appreciate you guys being here on Pitchfork Lunch, as you know, guess what? You can, I will give you updates because, again, Sweet 16 bound, 1 step away from the Elite 8. Which I want to say would be the furthest that they've ever gone in the tournament. So, but 2-1, they got a side out, and it looks like Bailey Miller is on serve. Big surfer. Oh, just went a little long, but they've dropped a few aces. Both teams actually have dropped some aces. So, but again, we'll talk volleyball. We are going to talk obviously hockey too, as well, because like I said, Coach Powers and the team headed to they're actually somewhat close to Kentucky. Not that they would get to go watch the game.
Just over. Pancaking's up. Unfortunately, the stuff will not make it into the category here.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was ruled down.
Out of left back. Typically, this is going to be your left
Um,
your right back. Right
Coach Powers and the hockey team again taking on University of Minnesota Duluth, who's number 5 in the country right now.
Here's the interesting thing. Craig's going to challenge if that ball was up or down. And remember, the result was a big stuff.
Creighton is challenging that it was a successful pancake in the middle of the round.
So what would happen would be that the play would then be a replay.
Um,
So you would love to have had things just continue on if you're ASU and have no call. Because that was a monster stuff by Glover with her right hand to finish the round before the whistle was blown. AJ Van Deel is certainly not happy with the timing of that whistle and that call.
So yeah, as we check out the hockey rankings, yeah, Minnesota Duluth is number 5 in the country right now, as they are again NCHC. So they are North Dakota is actually number 4, so that's 2 NCHC schools, 4 and 5. But Minnesota Duluth 13-5-0 overall. Penn State, who ASU again, unfortunately lost to you, they're at number 9. Denver, who they split with, they're at number 6. Yeah, so the NCHC has 4, 5, 6, and 7. Western Michigan. Arizona State has received 10 votes, but they're not in the top 20. But yeah, I mean, look, they are coming on. I mean, we again heard the sound after they got the sweep over Ohio State, beating a Big Ten team. You look at that. I mean, Michigan's number 1, Michigan State's number 3, or Wisconsin's 2, Michigan State's 3. So yeah, Big Ten's got a top 3 right there. So you sweep Ohio State, who again is not ranked. But yes, the Devils climbing up the rankings. You go to UMD and look, yes, of course you want to sweep, Sun Devil fans. It is Thirsty Thursday. We're thirsting for a sweep. We're thirsting for a sweep. But if you go in there and you can split, like huge number 5 team in the country. So we'll get to that. We'll look at some numbers, let you know about that. Also, football again, practice day. The young guys, a lot of the vets. Again, coach giving them the day off. Like I said, we're gonna talking to the young guys. So we will hear from Coach Dillingham in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the young guys looking good, man. Developing that depth. And by the way, speaking of football. Confirmed, we are, yes, friend of the program. Always been very gracious with his time. Sun Devil defensive coordinator Brian Ward will be joining us tomorrow, right top of the show at 12 o'clock. So, guys, again, mark it down. Don't be bashful. But Brian Ward will be on again. Yes, it's been a we'll talk the season because this defense, man, they gave up some points, but man, I'll tell you what, they grinded, they battled again, having to fill in. You lose an all a first team Big 12 safety early on in the season. Xavier Alford, again, loved man, and the fact that loved how he played, what he meant to the defense, but out there coaching the guys up. But he and breaking news. Wow, speaking of Xavier Alford. Yeah, he is declaring for the NFL draft. You just put well, you know what? Take a break, come back, read his statement. We'll talk about his statement. Then we'll hear from Coach Dillingham. We'll talk volleyball. We'll talk hockey and hoops too. Again, Molly Miller. Again, you see this the row, and yeah, you can't. So Xavier Alford declaring for the NFL draft, 100-yard landlord, as he is known. And man, I'm so. Again, whoever gets him, Jordan Tyson, Xavier Alford, like these guys. I mean, and I go, Jordan hasn't technically announced anything yet, but yeah, so very stoked for him. Again, sucks that he couldn't play this year, trying to play through it in the beginning, but just he knew he wasn't him. And more importantly, though, obviously the coaching staff, Coach Dillingham, could see it, and he was done. He's like, no, you're going to do what's best for you, and we're going to do what's best for you. And yes, of course, we want you on the field. What he meant to the defense. But so he declares for the draft. So yeah, we'll step aside. I'll come back, give you a statement. But yes, he is headed to the NFL. And one of the sickest interceptions last season was by X. So we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch coming up. By the way, Creighton. Well, they're off to a 6-3 lead here in the third set. Now it's a 7-3 lead. So we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch coming up. All right, welcome back to Pitchfork Lunch. Yes, I am Michael Cartino at Diablo00 on X, artist known as the Twitter. Check out us live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, michael.cartino.5. The YouTube channel, again, you missed a ton, and that would include season 1 and season 2 if you're just checking it out. But again, glad you're here now for season 3. But again, keep watching season 3, binge watch season 1. binge watch season 2. And then, as more people come on, except Brian Ward's going to be on tomorrow, Sun Devil defensive coordinator. Don't want to miss that. Yeah, definitely don't want to miss that tomorrow. But yeah, go to YouTube. So it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Watch live, but subscribe as well, because again, you got a lot to catch up on. So second set now, it is 11-4 in favor of, or third set. Sorry, it's tied at 1 apiece, and Creighton is up 11-4 early on. Well, not early on, but in the third set. But we're tied at 1 apiece. So, but before the break, guys, like I said, Xavier Alford, the 100-yard landlord, has declared for the draft, and yes, but this is his statement. I want to bring it to you again because he is, again, one of the classiest. One of the classiest players, again, and just always, with the media, always been upfront, open, and his story, talked about it a ton last year. Everybody knows. I mean, getting back on the field after being able to, or his waiver not being approved and having to sit out. Texas, and then let's say Texas, USC, and then here. But anyway, the 100-yard landlord, here's the statement. He says, "Well, the day has come." He goes, "It is very much a bittersweet moment. First, I would like to thank God for guiding me down the path he has chose for me. He led me to Arizona State University 3 years ago, and it feels like yesterday. I came here on a mission to make it a better place when I left than when I came. I would like to thank my teammates, coaches, and all staff members for all the love and support I received as I stepped foot on campus. This year was taken away from me due to injury, but it is a must I move on and follow my dreams. But through the good times and the bad, I wouldn't change a thing. This is a place I will always call home. The experiences and lifelong relationships are something I will truly cherish for the rest of my life." He said, "To my mom, I love you so much, and you are the best mom a son could ask for. You are my number one supporter no matter what. There is not one time in my life where you were not there with me. I thank you for always supporting me, especially through the tough times I faced in college. I would not be here without you. Thank you for always pushing me and motivating me to be a better person every day and trust in the man above. To my family, I would not be here without you guys as well. Seeing my support system in the stands at all kinds of stadiums all over the world, and sometimes it was truly, all over the world sometimes." He goes, "It was truly special throughout the years. It's really special throughout the years. Pardon me." He goes, "Thank you guys for always keeping my confidence high, motivating me every step of the way. To my uncle, thank you for the consistent guidance in the right direction, and wouldn't be here without you. To the fans, I hope I was able to give you guys an unbelievable experience and lifelong memories in Mountain America Stadium. Playing for you guys was amazing and will always be my favorite place to play. With that being said, I would like to announce that I am officially declaring for the 2026 NFL Draft, signing out number 2, Xavier Alford, the 100-yard landlord, and hashtag rent is due." So, look, man, again, no surprise, classy, great statement from Alford. Yeah, great statement from him. And look, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, he's been in college for a minute, guys. I mean, the waiver didn't clear. You had the COVID. So, I mean, could he have come back for what, a sixth season? And obviously, yes. Yeah. Okay. The answer is yes, he could have, and it would have been obviously huge for the defense. But it's right for him to it's right for him to, go into the draft now. And like I said, it's one of those things where for Alford, when you think about it, like you saw what he put in, like I said before the break last year, to me, one of the sickest interceptions. It was against Texas State, ended up helping close out the game, where that ball goes up and everybody's like, oh man, like he was covering and the ball just got chucked from the Texas State quarterback. And all of a sudden, you just see coming into the screen is Alfred, and he just flies in, jumps up, snags the rock. And when ASU again needed a big turnover, as again they were down 21-7, they got up and they needed to stop. And Alfred, I mean, just one of the many plays he delivered, but just his leadership as a defender too, what he meant to this defense this year, like even last year. He said at times he felt like, man, he goes, as the season went on, I felt like, getting comfortable, getting better and better. And I'm like, man, well, if the beginning of the season looked uncomfortable, by the end of the season, holy cow. I go, if that's uncomfortable, man, sign me up for that. But again, just always coaching up his teammates. And this year, again, at practice, I mentioned it a ton on here, that X was at practice and, standing, near Coach Ward or like behind the safeties, depending on what the defense was doing, and just talking to the guys when they came off. He's like, obviously what he's seeing, but when they're working on stuff, what they, look for this or look for that. Hey, what are you seeing? But just that extension of a coach. So that's what you're getting. I mean, an NFL team, and yeah, coming off an injury, it'll be interesting. But he said at practice, like I told you, he was chatting with him last week and said that he'd be making a decision soon, either way. But he said at practice last week that either way he would be good to go for spring ball or the combine. Or a pro day, yeah, but combine pro day, he would be good to go. So yeah, I mean, just again, like I said, for Sun Devil Nation, of course, I'm excited. We're excited for him, but it is a little bit of a bummer, because again, he could have came back next year, but look, it's time for him to go to the NFL, and again, I couldn't be more so. Forks up to Alfred, who again just meant so much this year and the year before when his waiver didn't go through, what he meant to the team, how he was coaching up, taking all the mental reps. I mentioned that with and we'll talk about this with Coach Ward tomorrow. Definitely bring it up with Brian Ward, defensive coordinator. He'll be on Pitchfork Lunch tomorrow at noon. We're going to kick off the show with him. He said he could do it. So, and he's been a great friend of the program. So, or to the show, I should say. Yeah, so he can give you even obviously more extensive what it's tough when you're injured, but if you're involved and you're in the meeting rooms and you're helping coach on the field, and when he couldn't play because the waiver didn't go through, he's practicing. You can practice all day, and getting to do a lot of the scout stuff and making the offense better too, how he contributed that way, the selflessness. Which when you're in that situation, look, you can say, well, of course, as an athlete, he should be that way. Look, when your waiver doesn't get approved and you kind of bounce around, and he didn't want to, bounce around, and you got to sit out, and you're just seeing your team and your brothers play, and you can't be out there. And yeah, I mean, it was a 3-9 season. That even frustrated me even more because he wanted to be out there helping the team and battling, but he kept his head in it. Was running scout team, but just running stuff and just always. I remember talking to him, just says, yeah, the film room is so, the meeting room is so important because talking, hey, seeing this, seeing that, do that, and he's running scout. He's like, yeah, of course I'm going to get these guys better. And he wasn't, I mean, oh yeah, of course, he might chirp a little bit, but yeah, the offense definitely benefited, from him being on a scout team that year and just battling, with them and working harder. And, where does it pay dividends? Well, last year, you see this team just, again, defensively, they go undefeated in non-conference play. And then They get into conference and they drop that first game against Texas Tech, and then you come back and you get a win, and then you come back and you get another win, and then you come back and you get another win. Like it's you know, and you go somewhere like K-State on the road last year and get a big win, and then you go to was it Oklahoma State? Texas Tech, like I said, they dropped that game, but but defensively, what X meant, again, an NFL team. Whoo, yeah, they'll it's. We'll see. I mean, we're not even going to talk rounds now. I do think he is definitely. I mean, you're not just an all Big 12 safety. You're not draftable in 7 rounds. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, forks up to X. And you know what? I see him at practice next. See if I can get him on the show next week. It's always been engaging in practice. So see if we can get him on the show next week. And go from there. We'll have Brian Ward tomorrow. So volleyball update. Ooh, this third set has been very, very tough for the Devils. Creighton is 2 points away from taking it, and the Devils only have 12 points. It is 23-12, and make it 23-13. All right, let's go on a run. That's tough in volleyball. For you aficionados that know, that is very tough. Yeah, it is 23-13. Oh, off the block, that's out. So now it's set points 24-13. But yeah, you look at Naomi Glover, 13 kills. Kyla Presley, she came in at second set. She's got 8. Tatum Parrott has 6. Billy Miller has 6. Colby Neal has 4. Ava Martin, who we talked about, 20 kills so far. Yes, they're feeding her. Yes, she's delivering. She's hitting 486. Glover's hitting 571. So, yeah, those two going up against each other. Ava Martin. And Creighton took the third set, 25-13. So, yes, that is not good. That is a beatdown, as they say in volleyball. But, again, Devils dropped the first set, 26-24. Took the second set, 25-19. And now 25-13. Again, Creighton just got out to a run. But hey, Creighton, well, it's going to the fourth. I mean, they could take it, but I'm guessing this. I'm not guessing. I'm telling you right now, the Sun Devils will force a fifth set. They will force a fifth set, just because that's how this team rolls, and they've battled all year long. So that is one thing, but I did promise you, I didn't forget. You guys know it. Yeah, I didn't forget. We're going to hear from Coach Dillingham today after practice. He, again, talking about the young guys, the depth. You'll hear about it. I'll let him tell you, but, things he sees. And, yeah, so we have we will hear from Coach Dillingham and talk a little more hockey. But before we do, take a quick break, come back, and we will be again, you'll hear from Coach Dillingham. Want to stick around because, again, he mentions quite a bit of stuff about, to the younger guys, what he's seeing. People, you can ask about certain recruits and some of the guys that have already signed. Oh, and he does talk about, obviously, guys coming in. So we'll take a quick break, and when we get back, Coach Dillingham will be here on Pitchfork Live.
So how did the practice go today?
I thought it was good. Good energy. Guys flying around, getting a lot of young guys reps. All the seniors didn't practice today. It was senior day off to really, focus on, the younger guys. Good energy, good passion. It was a fun day.
I mean, in your experience, when you give the youngsters more opportunities like you're giving now, does that really translate to a better spring practice for those guys?
Yeah, I mean, you would hope so. Just gives more reps is more reps. And, you can feel the energy out here. Those guys are flying around. They're having fun playing football, and that's what I told them in practices. Football is fun. Like, have fun playing football.
How do you feel about just your young players, guys that haven't really seen that much action, and just where they're at collectively?
Yeah, I feel really, really good about the depth of our football team with the youth. Really good, especially up front on both sides. That's obviously in the history here. Depth up front has been, a struggle. And I think that we've done a really, really good job getting big people that we're going to be able to count on in the future.
Like to the point that you might be less heavy in the portal, or?
Well, I think that the portal is just a numbers game. You got to get a certain amount of numbers. And because the portal opens after early signing day, you can't really, if you lose a guy you weren't expecting, it's hard to replace that kid with all high school guys, because a lot of those high school guys were taken up early. So based off of the timing, of the portal window and of the high school signing day, it almost kind of pushes you more to have to replace all of your transfers with portal kids. So if we lose a transfer or if we have a number, we're probably going to have to replace it with a portal guy to get us to that depth going into next year.
Is it too early in the process to know how much of the ball will go to Jeff and how much will go to Cam?
Well, Jeff's 100% starting. We'll have a few times we'll throw Cam in there, get his feet wet in college football and stuff like that potentially, and we'll rock and roll.
Kenny, it was reported last night that Jordan Tyson's declaring for the NFL draft. What would be your message to NFL teams about what he brings?
Yeah, I never saw him post anything, so I'm going to hold off until I see him post anything, just out of respect for him. But he's an unbelievable person, unbelievable player. He's a special, special person. We spoke for 15 minutes last night. I mean, just on the phone. And he's such a great kid. Like, I couldn't be happier for somebody to go achieve success in this game than him.
What stands out just so much about his character? Maybe that's different than other college players.
Well, I mean, I just think he's just a good person. Like, he's just a good person. Like, he truly wants to do right by people, or tries to do right by people. Nobody's perfect, but he truly tries to just be a good person, and I can respect that.
Coach, staying on the wide receiver topic, I asked Marcus about how players that he thought stood out over the last couple of days. He mentioned Uriah and Corey specifically. How do you feel about the wide receiver position in terms of the future?
Yeah, I like our young guys once again. Uriah was a quarterback converted, and I think he's gotten better and better. From spring to now, he's like a different player. Corey's gained 15 pounds since he's been here. So I think we're in a really good direction there. Obviously, we're going to have to go get some good guys out of the portal that are a little bit older, just because we're young in that group right now. So we got to get some age in there.
You refer to this time as kind of like a bridge between 25 and 26. So have you seen kind of those older guys, maybe work to, while still trying to, win a bowl game, but also maybe kind of work to get to pass the torch to those younger guys?
Yeah, I mean, you see them out here. I mean, you see JT's out here, and you see Keyshawn, and you see K1. I mean, and Clayton's only not out here because he's, he just had knee surgery, so he's gonna be back out here once he gets back. These guys, they love each other. They love Arizona State, and they want to be out here hanging out with their teammates for the next 2.5 weeks. I mean, this is the last 2.5 weeks this group of people will ever be together.
You mentioned the be a good person thing. What's it like to see guys that have either announced intentions to transfer or out of eligibility that are still out doing events like Jesus Gomez last night, doing community service and stuff, even though their time here is kind of running short?
Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, the goal is to not completely change who you are when you leave here. Hopefully, we instill some principles in you that you want to go be a good person. You want to make good decisions, and you want to enjoy life. You want to have more fun, work harder than anybody in the country, which is essentially just fall in love with whatever you're doing and do it as hard as you can, and have a positive attitude while you do it. That can translate to anything you do, whether it's football or life and in the real world. No practice tomorrow. is so everybody's aware, we've gone 3 days in a row, and our numbers are fairly low. So given a day off, come back on Saturday, just do meetings tomorrow.
There you go, Coach Dillingham. You saw the end there. No practice tomorrow. He said 3 days in a row, and he said the numbers in the seniors had off. Saw, or in a lot of the vets. I mean, seniors, but a lot of the vets not practicing today. A few did, but yeah, just getting them right, and but yeah, Xavier Alford declaring for the NFL draft. So that is where they're at. But you heard Coach talking about, the receivers. It was a Corey Butler Jr. said put on 15 pounds. Uriah Nellums, who was, a quarterback, local kid, smaller school here, but just doing, again, looking good. But again, now no, Malik McLean. They redshirted. We had a red shirt, so he might be gone next year. I'll clarify that. I'm not going to debate that right now, but yeah, you heard of it. Loving that. This is the time to develop that depth. That's why a lot of people just crushing Notre Dame, saying, "Man, you're passing up on 12, 13, practices, which is like a mini spring ball." But it's just giving those young guys the reps, and now they're running through it. And yeah, they get they might get some reps during the season, but again, if they're being developed, this is a great time for that. So, it's
We know the numbers are gaudy on the pin, but that for a middle is outstanding.
It's sorry, I was looking at volleyball. I know, terrible there.
Big swing, a little bit too big, perhaps. No touch ball.
Man, 9-6. Creighton is up in the fourth set, and they're up 2-1. Low coach is going to challenge the play, say the ball was touched. So we'll see. Hopefully, it'll be 8-7. But anyway, but yeah, Coach Dillingham talking about the depth guys right there, our receiver. And, seeing the line is so big. That's what I will ask Coach Dillingham. But it's just young, these young guys getting the reps and, even first and second teams and the young guys, and seeing Cam Dyer drop some dimes today. I'll tell you that. And I mean, he threw, you saw the deep balls the other day hitting receivers. So yeah, he can you can snap that ball down the field. But like you heard Coach say, Sims is going to start, and we'll see if we see Cam Dyer in the game. Him being from Las Cruces is being from New Mexico. Sun Bowl family, friends aren't too far away. So yeah, that's exciting storyline for him. But and again, he can still keep his red shirt, because he can play in 4 games, and he would only be having played in 1, and it would be the bowl game. So but yeah, the receiver room, again, we'll see some guys from the portal. Sam Levitt, again, said everything. Everybody keeps saying, no, he's transferred. He's in the portal. Well, he hasn't said anything, hasn't put his name out there. So quarterback wise, again, Jeff Sims is gone. But if obviously Jake Fetty's coming in, just a very, again, as you heard Coach talk about him yesterday. But Cam Dyer, again, it looks, like I said, I mean, he had the surgery, he had the ACL, so he spent a lot of the year, and that was back in, January. And he graduated early and was here for spring ball. So that, absolutely huge for him. But then he had to have the, I think he was early. Yeah. But either way, and then, yeah, saw him at spring ball, and he had the surgery, and he was just watching and learning. But then going through obviously his rehab, and progressing, and medically cleared, and then being just backup. So yeah, it's again unfortunate Sam went down, but we see what Cam can do. So, but shifting gears, like I said, guys, to hockey as they take on the UMD Bulldogs. They will be taking them on this weekend. It was the number 5 team in the country. And again, 4, 5, and 6 are all NCAC teams. North Dakota, Minnesota Duluth, and Denver. Oh, and 7, Western Michigan. So it's nice rally.
This is a Blue Jay team that very much was crushed, and we wonder coming out of the Big East where they really dominated, how would they respond in the tournament? They would respond quite well.
Bader kept that one off the turf. Roll shot, Bader there once again. For the block, finishes, smiling a little bit of Colby Neal with the stuff block.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the NCAC right now. Standings wise, that's what I wanted to look at. So yeah, Denver's up top, 21-8. You got North Dakota at 19-8, Minnesota Duluth at 18-10. Wait, that makes no sense. That's
Johnson's numbers were a little bit inefficient early on. She has certainly changed that story around. She's now put her efficiency to 240 and 11 kills into those double figures. I think if you look at the second half of her match statistics, they're going really.
that's not right. Let's see. There we go. Now, conference record overall. Yeah, so Denver's up top, 11-5-1. North Dakota, 12-4. Minnesota Duluth, like I said, at 13-5. Western Michigan, who's ranked there at 10-6. Then ASU is 7-8-1. Omaha 6-8-0. St. Cloud State 7-9-0. Colorado College 8-7-1. And then Miami is actually 10-6. They are 2-6 in conference, and Denver is up top at 7-1. ASU is at 3-4, and then Minnesota Duluth at 6-4. But man, when we look at ASU stats real quick,
22 in total, and her side leading by 5. Perhaps 10 more points will send them to the regional final. New Buffalo Love Made Fresh. Superior nutrition just made the way Chef Love.
Lucius has 10 goals. Why am I? How? No, that sounds right. Thought it sounded high, but let's see. Cruz Lucius, let's see. Goals. Games played, goals. Yeah, he has 10 to lead the team. Bennett Shimmick has 6. Colin Potter, who has been on a heater, he has 5. Jack Beck has 5. Sam Alfano has 3, as does Benjamin Cavon. And Sean McGurn and Logan Morrell all have 3. And Kyle Smolin, Carmelo Crandall, and Noah Powell have 2. And then Joel Kelberg, who the defenseman, I mean, a sophomore, but I mean, as a defenseman, again, they can't, snipe and score, but his first career goal against Ohio State. And so he has one, as does Ty Nash. And the crazy thing is Cruz Lucius has 10 assists as well. He is, I'm going to say, second on the team in assists. Yeah, he's second to Bennett Shimmick, who, again, has 6 goals. He has 16 assists, and Cruz Lucius has 10 goals and 10 assists. Colin Potter's got 9 assists. Kyle Smolin at 7. Justin Kipke at 5. Anthony Dowd, Sean McGurn, and Johnny Waldron have 4. And then Brazen Bozer, Joel Kelberg, Sam Court, Sam Alfano, Logan Morrell, and Jack Beck all have 3 assists. So you guys, again, finding teammates, moving the puck. Coach Power, again, you love to see it. But Cruz Lucius, man, this kid, his speed, everything is up. Colin Potter, same thing. And, like, I love coaches. I played a sound after last Saturday's game when they beat Ohio State. But Colin Potter, he's like, yeah, he's gonna make Calgary look very smart. This kid is fast, just settling in, and so yeah, that is that again. And I love, again, just love how this team in general is playing. And when you look at what how they started to but yeah, for them to be 3-4-1 in conference, 7-8-1 overall, again, you get, you go up to Minnesota Duluth, it's going to be a physical team. I mean, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I mean, you look at the we look at goals scored per game. Denver up top at 67. ASU's 7th. They're at 46 again, but coming on again. It's been the lighting of the lamp has increased lately. But yeah, they're 7th in the conference right now, and Minnesota Duluth is 5th at 60 goals. That's 3.33 goals per game. ASU's at 2.88. Goals allowed per game. ASU actually has allowed the most at 57 goals. Miami of Ohio at 53, and then you got Omaha at 49. Minnesota Duluth is 2nd in goals allowed, as they've allowed 34. Denver has only allowed 32. Again, got an overtime win against Denver, so that's huge. Western Michigan leads the conference in assists. ASU is 7th with 86. Minnesota Duluth is actually 6th, right above them. Right above ASU, but they have 99 assists. Average points per game, Western Michigan, North Dakota tied at 10.44. ASU is 7th at 8.25. Minnesota Duluth at 6th at 8.83. But yeah, Denver has the most points at 177. North and both Minnesota Duluth have 167. Or no, Western Michigan and North Dakota have 167. Minnesota Duluth has 159. They got Miami at 150, St. Cloud State at 143, ASU at 132. And then Colorado College at 119 and Omaha at 106. Shots on goal, ASU's fifth. They're averaging 31.06 shots on goal. And Minnesota Duluth is actually 7th at 29.56, but shots, Denver's number one. Shots on goal, 661. Western Michigan at 592. And then you got Minnesota Duluth is at 4. They have 532 shots on goal, and ASU is 497. So coming up on the 500 club too, and you already got one in the 600 in Western Michigan, almost there. Power play percentage, ASU is 4th, as they've attempted 70 power plays. They've scored 17 power play goals, and they're at 243 percentage wise. So that, like I said, puts them 4th. Minnesota Duluth is number 1 on the power play. So they're at 311, and they've had 61 power plays attempted and 19 goals. For penalty kill, though, the other side of that, we'll wrap on this one, but ASU is they've killed ASU has killed 49 of 60. They're at an 817 kill, which is 3rd in the conference. Now, Minnesota Duluth is number 1 in the conference. So they're number 1 in power in scoring on the power play is Minnesota. Percentage wise at 311. Now the most power play goals though goes to St. Cloud State. They have 21. Minnesota Duluth has 19 though, so they have the second most. But the percentage of the penalty kill, Minnesota Duluth is at 898, which is again 89%. It's insane. They've had 59 attempted. They've killed 53. Obviously, allowed 6 goals. Devils have allowed 11, and they're 3rd, so tied for 3rd with North Dakota. But so special teams. I mean, you guys know this. Coach Powers hammers that all the time. So Coach Powers hammers that. That's where they're at. So, well, guys, we're hitting a little bonus time here, but it is looking glim for the Devils. But they can still, they're down 23-15. They're down 2-1. And Creighton trying to close it out here as Coach Van Neal takes a timeout. No, actually, they're challenging. It was a no touch. So 23-15. Well, if it's a no touch, it would be 22-16. So that is huge if it's a no touch. And let's see, it doesn't look like it. There's not a touch. Oh, come on. Well, it's 23-15. Coach lost a challenge there. It is 2-1. Creighton and the Devils again. Well, need to go on a little bit of a run, get a side out, get about that, and then get about four more points, and then we're talking. There it is. There's the side out. Nice kill by Colby Miller in the middle there here on Pitchfork Lunch, guys. So gonna give you a little bonus play-by-play. And as you guys know, I've done it. That's Colby Neal. I said Colby Miller. Haley Miller. Colby Neal with the awesome kill there. And now Julian Neal with the big serve. Oh. little jousting, won by the Devils, but almost dropped the ace to Jillian Neal, but there's a good chance now. And the set goes to Glover, and she delivers. That makes it 23-17. One at a time, kids. One at a time. Forks up, man. Jillian Neal driving that serve, man. Oh. Well, now it is set and match point for Creighton. Well, hey, if anybody can kill off 7 set points, it'd be the Devils. Nice set. Oh. Well, I give a free ball, so here's a great chance now. Glover with the big swing and delivers. Look at that. Noemi Glover putting it down. Makes it 24-18. So they fight off 1 set point. Now they got to fight off a second. And Bryn Koval checks in to serve. Oh, nice serve by Koval. Nice up. Oh, almost dropped it. Martin gets stuffed on the outside. Nope. Couldn't get a lot on that. And now outside to Parrott. Goes deep, but Oh, well, hey, forks up, man. Hell of a season for Coach Van Neal and the Devils getting to the Sweet 16. Creighton will advance to the regional final. They'll play either Cal Poly, like I told you, who upset BYU and USC as they take on, or they'll either play Cal Poly or Kentucky. So the Devils, 3 sets to 1. But Creighton again. And, oh, man, what a great team this was to cover, though. Oh, the emotion. Oh, they were right there. But, hey, Creighton again. Ava Miller, I think. What did she finish with? Let's see. 23, pardon me. Not Bailey Miller, Ava Martin. 23 kills for Martin. Kiara Reinhardt in the middle was a beast, too. She had 15 kills, and then Jaya Johnson had 12. For the Devils, Glover had 17. Bailey Miller had 9, as did Kyla Presley. Tatum Parrott had 7. Colby Neal had 6. So 3-1. They, again, the Devils dropped the first set, 26-24. Come back in that second set, 25-19. But then Creighton just got on too many runs. Too many runs, and it was 25-13. And then this fourth set, 25-18. Creighton, oh, man. But, hey, Noemi Glover, Bailey Miller, Kyla Presley, Tatum Parrott, Colby Neal, Faith Frame, again, libero, Ella Lamagora in the middle, Bella Feria, Ella Lewis, Sydney Henry, again, setting as well. Piper Rama, Jillian Neal, Zoe Burgess, Bryn Koval. Man, forks up to you ladies. The excitement, the electricity, everything they brought. We'll talk about that tomorrow, too. We'll have Coach Ward on, but that is time. Give you a little bonus because of the volleyball, but that is time. So that'll do it for this edition of Pitchfork Lunch. We'll see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Again, Coach Ward tomorrow at noon, guys. We're going to start the show with Sun Devil defensive coordinator Brian Ward. But, yes, we will definitely recap volleyball. They absolutely rocked it, and they, again, back-to-back Big 12 champs, Sweet 16 bound. They're knocking on that doorstep, baby. They're knocking on that doorstep to get to, a regional final, Elite 8, Final 4. So, Coach Van Neal, again, phenomenal job. Again, we'll get into it tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your Thirsty Thursday. I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And you guys know it, as always. It is hashtag our state, Team Down South. That's for you to remember, as always. Thanks to reigning Big 12 champs and Sweet 16 reigning Big 12, back-to-back Big 12 champs, women's volleyball, Sweet 16 participants this year, and then the tournament the last 3 years. So, yeah. Women's volleyball for reminding me it is hashtag our state. And you guys know it. Go Devils. And I will see you tomorrow. And you guys know it. As always, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Baker. Plummer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Pull. Touchdown. Red flag.
Third down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scadaboo. Scadaboo breaks defenders. Here he goes again.
Scadaboo is the running back, and he is immediately met. The backfield runs through the contact and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
Chuck this deep this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2021.
Edwards pulls up and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for